We are. So here we are, Naval Base Kitsap. We've got a dual meet between the Army and the Air Force. There was a 55 kilogram forfeit to Jacob Cochran from the Army. All the Army guys are based out of Fort Carson. He's originally from Pennsylvania, or excuse me, Pensacola, Florida. Now we're into 60 kilograms. For the Army, Leslie Fufinger is at 60 kilograms. His opponent, Mitch Brown, from the Air Force. Army leads the duel 5-0 because of the forfeit 55. Fufinger, he's originally from Iron Mountain, Minnesota. Brown wrestles for the Air Force, stationed at the U.S. Air Force Academy from Payson, Utah. Fufinger was a Division III national champion in college, wrestled at Augsburg in Minnesota, and has been a U.S. national champion in Greco-Roman in the past. So, we know him as Mike Fufinger, which is how we wrestle in college, but Leslie's his first name, and you may notice that the Army athletes definitely compete under the name that they were born in. We've had a few other guys that you might have remembered with a different name when they were wrestling high school and college, but anyway, Fufinger is 60 kilograms. Right now we've got 1 point to Fufinger. They've hit Brown for a passivity. So Fufinger is on the top position. He's going to do a reverse body lift. He's got the lock. He got the lift. Fufinger goes, tosses him for 5. That's the most you can get on a throw. And then he does a 2-point tilt. So if he gets all of that, if he gets a 5 and a 2, that'll make it 8. Right now, nope, they only gave him 4 on that throw. So we're at 7-0. The mat official went 5, but the chair and the judge went 4. So we're at 7-0 here at 60 kilograms. Leslie Fufinger. Nice throw to start his match. In Greco-Roman, if you have really good throws from the bottom, you want to push the pace, get a passivity maybe, and then get a chance for a lift, just like Fufinger just did. Brown's battling in. He wants to get in position where he can get a throw. Arm spin by Mike Fufinger. 2 points. Wait, did they give him 2 just from the throw? And that's it. It's a 9-0 technical fall for Leslie Fufinger of the Army. That gives a 9-0 lead in the team race by Army. And we'll move up to 63 kilograms. Wrestling for the Army is Dalton Roberts. Then he will wrestle against Sidney Flores of the Air Force. Roberts, who's been on 2 senior world teams for the United States, he's out of Fowlerville, Michigan, Fort Carson base. Flores is in the same, wrestled at the Air Force Academy, but is now at LA AFB and is from West Covina, California. So Flores, who you'll see in both styles, was a Division I wrestler at the Air Force Academy. Roberts wrestled at Northern Michigan prior in the Greco program prior to coming out to the Army. Roberts with a 2-point takedown, countered an attempt by Flores. He's going to try to get his lift here. He gets up front. Flores has done a pretty good job of blocking it, and they're going to take him back to their feet. Dalton Roberts, caution in 2. Is that what they went with? So it made it like Flores, and they're going to throw the brick here. Got a caution into the officials called. They said that Flores blocked the throw, possibly using his arm. The officials are going to take a closer look at it. The jury, Rick Tucci, who was just recognized by the crowd for his 50th time working in Armed Forces Championships. You want to talk about a traditional wrestling competition. There's been at least 50 of these because Tucci's been at them all. And he's taking a look now at the replay to determine whether or not to overturn or to confirm the call by the mat official, chairman, and judge. That's how international wrestling is. In order to make it as fair as possible, they've got a system where an athlete can challenge a call, and a jury of other officials, usually the highest ranked officials at the event, take a look at it on the video. And you've seen many matches where they've changed the call, sometimes in favor of the person who throws in the challenge, sometimes not. So we'll see how this goes. This is our second dual meet of the day. In the earlier dual meet, the Navy, with a victory at heavyweight, match went in as a tie, scored a victory, and Navy beat Air Force. And so Air Force wrestling back-to-back matches, now up against the top-ranked Army team. Giving it one more look here as the officials take a peek at that call. Right now the scoreboard says 4-0. And that would have been based on the caution in 2 that was given as Flores attempted to stop Roberts from doing a lift and a throw. Had a great time again here.
Didn't take long.
At Naval Base Kitsap, they've got some great staff that run their sports program here. Had a chance to see all the big ships that are in the Puget Sound. So this got overturned. They're giving back the caution brick to the Air Force coach, Scotty Boykin. So there is no caution in 2 on that. They're going to change the scoreboard. It's going to say probably 2-0, just based on Roberts scoring that takedown. It's great to be back. A couple of years when this event was not held. See some great wrestling and get a chance to see the brothers in arms compete. Certainly a lot of respect. It's good spirit here. This is a great competition. A lot of pride per athletes for their branch, but they also obviously know that they're competing against fellow U.S. servicemen. So, and servicewomen. We've got a big women's freestyle tournament this year, largest in the history of this event so far. Roberts pummeling in hard. He went to high school with a guy named Adam Kuhn, who's also been a world medalist in Greco. Nice arm throw. Roberts gets 4 for that, takes a 6-0 lead, but Flores is able to counter that with a reversal and get on the scoreboard. It's 6-1. Dalton Roberts with a 5-point lead. This is Greco-Roman. 8 points is what you need for a technical fall. There's a difference in the scoring. We saw quite a few technical falls early on in the last dual meet. Flores is an excellent athlete. Obviously, to compete at the Division I level in collegiate wrestling shows he has a skill set. But with Roberts, he's a Greco specialist. He's been wrestling Greco full-time since he started college. Takedown for Roberts. He goes for a turn. Looks like he's going to get 2 on that. And that'll finish it. Dalton Roberts with a 10-1 technical fall. And so that'll be 4 points. 13-1 lead right now for the Army after the first 3 weight classes. And we go to 67 kilograms. The Army's going to send out Olympian Jesse Thielke here at 67 kilograms. His opponent, Evan Rudisil, he's from the Air Force. Thielke up at Fort Carson, originally from Germantown, Wisconsin. Rudisil from Osan Air Force Base out of Raleigh, North Carolina. Thielke quickly does a 5-point throw. That's the most you can get in Greco to take a quick lead. Thielke competed in 2016 Olympics. Gets behind for a takedown and a gut wrench. And we got a quick 9-0 tech fall. 17-1 lead here for the Army in their dual meet. We jumped to 72 kilograms. Here goes another Olympian. Alejandra Sancho from the Army, again at Fort Carson, is out of Miami, Florida. He'll be wrestling Brenner Vogan with the Air Force, who's from Vandenberg SFB out of Salina, Kansas. Sancho wrestled for the United States in the Olympics in Tokyo, 2020 Olympics, which were actually held in 2021, but you guys know the story. They kind of canceled sports for a year. And obviously he's also been on some world teams, so one of the top Greco wrestlers in the country. Like Roberts, Sancho went to the Northern Michigan University's Greco-Roman program when he came out of high school, and upon graduation he signed up with the Army. Nice body lock throw, gets 4 for that, lifts him, tosses again. I don't know if he got any points out of that. Let's see what they gave. Caution and 2, a leg foul on that second throw by Sancho. Let's see what the math comes out to. 6-0. So a 4 and a 2. So Sancho leads 6-0 with 2:13 left, and he's in the parterre because of the penalty, the block. They start on the bottom position. Sancho got his reverse lift, lifts, nope, good counter. Vogan able to get out of that throw position. They're back to their feet. Army program, well known for its Greco-Roman prominence. It's won national tournament from the United States many times. Placed a number of athletes on world and Olympic teams. Kind of an interesting arm throw there. They white paddle it, meaning no points. Vogan is battling in there. Sancho with a 6-point lead needs just 2 more for the tech fall. He's trying to see if he can secure a takedown or another throw. Double underhook for Sancho. Flip throw for Vogan. This time of the year, this is a good event for these athletes. This is prior to the part of the year where they start trying out for world teams. A number of athletes go overseas to compete, but the Armed Forces athletes in February traditionally have wrestled, which is a great kickoff to their busy season in the international style. Quick body lock for 4. Sancho's going to try to get a fall, but Vogan kicks out of it. 10-0 technical fall for Olympian Sancho. And the Army is now up 21-1 in the dual meet. So we're going to have 77 kilos here. Michael Hooker, captain from the Army. He's out of Fort Carson, Nashville, Tennessee, up against Alex Saylor, who's with the Air Force. He's at LA Air Force Base. He's from Mendota, Illinois. Hooker, he's one of the veterans on the Army squad. I'm sure if you've seen this event in the past, he's wrestled here a number of times in both freestyle and Greco. He wrestled at Tennessee Chattanooga in college before he went and joined the Army and became part of their world-class athlete program. Saylor had a very exciting match in the first round today. Hooker's been a national All-American in Greco for a number of times. Works and gets his first takedown for a 2-0 lead for Hooker. Gut wrench, 6, gut wrench, takedown, and 3 turns. And we have 8-0 tech fall for Hooker, which now makes it a 25-1 lead. It appears Army's going to win this dual meet. We're going to 87 right now, 82 kilograms. Britton Holmes from the Army out of Fort Carson. He's actually a local kid there. He grew up in Peyton, which is only 20 miles outside of Colorado Springs, so he didn't have to go very far. He actually wrestled in northern Michigan for a while. His opponent, Sam Adams, is from Ellsworth Air Force Base, Cocoa City, West Virginia. Holmes this past year, wrestling at 77 kilograms, was second on the U.S. ladder, lost to his teammate in the Final X, so he's ranked number 2 nationally in Greco-Roman, Britton Holmes. Ooh, nice kind of counter there. Takedown and a gut wrench. It's 5-0 for Holmes. He's trying to get his lift on Sam Adams. 1, 2, 3 throw. Let's see, 2 out of that. And then a gut wrench, high gut wrench. That probably puts us over. 9-0. Britton Holmes. That's 82 kilograms. 29-1. Spencer Woods comes out for the U.S. Army, Fort Carson. He's from Shunganak, Alaska, which is probably even colder than us today, I would guess, here in Washington. His opponent, Angel Romo, from Mountain Home Air Force Base in Hemet, California. Woods wrestled at the Senior World Championships of the United States last year. Has been a U.S. Senior National Greco-Roman champion. Wrestled for a while at Northern Michigan, and then moved on over to the Army WCAP program. Gets behind him and goes for a throw. They give him 5 on that. That's the maximum amount of points for a throw. Woods is going to pick up and try another one. He's got at least Romo up on his hips, and he does a throw, hits another 5. So with 2 5-point throws, Spencer Woods wins his match. 34-1 for the dual meet. We're up to 97 kilograms. So we've got a fairly new Army athlete here. I haven't seen him much. Samson Minodi. This is 97 kilograms. He's training again in Fort Carson from Phoenix, Arizona. And his opponent, Eric Santos, from Seymour Jackson Air Force Base, is from Hemet, California. The two highest weights on this Army team are fairly new competitors, at least in the starting lineup for the Army. So it'll be fun to see Samson Minodi in his debut here at the Armed Forces Championships. One point on a step out for Minodi. Athlete who steps out of bounds outside of the ring gives up a point to his opponent. Minodi goes for a arm throw, missed throw. He wasn't able to get the throw, but he doesn't get penalized there. They go right back to their feet. The idea is to encourage activity. Minodi gets behind, does a 2-point lift and throw, and then a 4-point one. That's 7-0, and then another 4, 11-0. Samson Minodi. That's a technical fall. 39-1 is the score. Here's another new Army heavyweight, James Holt, Hustolis, again based in Fort Carson at 130 kilos, and he's out of Colorado Springs. Actually, I do remember him. He wrestled high school in the Colorado Springs community. He goes, locks up, body lock throw for 4, and then a quick fall. So we have a pin at 130. And that's a 5-point victory. So we got a 44-1 team victory here for Army. And we move on to the women's matches here. Army has a convincing victory. So here we are at the round robin weight class. Estella, Dorada, Marin from the Army. Up against Haley Franich of the Air Force. Franich had a nice victory in this morning's round. Franich out of Little Rock Air Force Base is originally from Puyallup, Washington, which is right down the road. And Estrella Dorada Marin, who's based at Fort Carson, actually went to high school right there in Colorado Springs. So she didn't travel anywhere to go to her base. Both these are really high-level athletes. Dorada Marin has been an All-American at the senior level. Franich is in the Army World-Class Athlete, or the Air Force World-Class Athlete program, and she tosses Estrella, Dorada Marin. And we have a fall. Nice toss and throw by Franich of the Air Force. And she won earlier today, so that's going to clinch her the first place.
The next competition will be 1500. Will be the Army versus the Navy.
Franich, who's wins that match, and she won twice in her weight class. We're going to have an exhibition match here. So this match, which won't count towards the team stands, we're going to have an exhibition match, so let's see some wrestling here. If you guys can hang around, you'll get to see a little more wrestling. We got Espino wrestling for the Air Force. Isaac Dukes of the Army. Dukes and Espino. Dukes, we've seen him at this event. Yeah, I think he was an Armed Forces champion in freestyle a couple years back. So this match, they're not going to switch the score clock. They're just going to, they know it's an 8-point tech fall here. Espino trying to get an arm throw. Dukes is pummeling underneath there. Does a lock. Nice lift by Dukes. Brings him to his back. Gets 4 points on that, and they go out of bounds. So Isaac Dukes leads 4-0 in this exhibition match. Army against Air Force. Another duck under body lock by Dukes. He lifts, throws, gets 5 on that one. So this is a 9-0 victory in exhibition. Again, these guys that aren't wrestling specifically in Greco, they did a Greco match, and that was an exhibition, but it just shows the good spirit here between the different branches that they're going to get their guys some extra matches. So here we are, 2 sessions in, and we'll sign off. Gary Abbott with USA Wrestling for the finals. Navy Army. See you then.